Going to a wedding show can be pretty overwhelming, so here are 4 quick tips on how to survive a wedding show. First, plan ahead. It is very, very helpful to actually have a plan of action in place before you go to a wedding show. So the night before the show, I would go to the website and print out the vendors that are going to be there, then circle the vendors that you want to talk to and actually put in any questions that you specifically have for that vendor. If their website does not have a list of the vendors that are going to be there, go the morning of and they'll actually have a pamphlet or a brochure of some sort, and before you start walking through the show, take a few minutes and circle those vendors you specifically want to talk to. That way, you're sure after the show that you hit all the goals that you had. 2, I highly recommend that you bring a friend. It's very helpful to have a member of your bridal party, a best friend, a family member, etc., that you can bounce ideas off of. Go through your goals beforehand with this person, and then as you walk through the show, if you have really good vibe from a vendor or a really bad vibe from a vendor, talk to your friend about it and get their feedback as well. It's especially helpful if your friend has recently planned their own wedding and has gone through this whole process before themselves. Number 3, talk to the vendors. Some vendors bite, but most of us are pretty laid back and cool. But it doesn't give you any benefit to walk through the show and simply get the tchotchkes or the free candy without actually talking to the vendors. So actually walk up to the vendor, talk to them, ask them what questions you have. But this is not a full bridal consult meeting. You are not going to ask every single question you have. This is simply to get to know the vendor, see if they have a good personality, and to see if they're available. If they are, then at that point you ask to schedule another meeting either at a coffee shop, or if they have an office space or studio, you go and meet them there. Number 4, validate your findings. So after the show, if the vendor you really liked was there and you connected with them and the personality really clicked, go check out their website, see their work, and look at their reviews. If you have a good vibe from a vendor, they have a good website with the work that you like, and they have lots of great reviews, it's probably a good idea to send them an additional email saying, hey, it was good seeing you at the show today, I'd like to connect with you. We vendors are notorious for bad communication, so an additional email gives you the highest probability of actually being able to book that vendor. So that's it for this week's Bridal Tips. I'll check back next week for some more good info. Oh, and I forgot. Dave's 3 favorite shows. Got to add this in. My 3 favorite shows that I like to be at are, first, the Glenn Sanders show put on by Mazzone Hospitality. Number 2, the Hollis Springs show put on by the Gazette. And number 3, the Visionary Bridal Show / fashion show that Angela's Bridal does. Those 3 are my favorite, and we like to go to those. But there are dozens upon dozens more that you can check out. So that's it for this week's Bigler Bridal Tips. Check back next week for some more solid info and a better conclusion to the end of this video.